This is an extremely serious situation on the rise. Now, according to a security chief with the Port Authority here with New York and New Jersey, they are stating that there is a serious issue, or extremely serious issue, of a terror attack around the corner. They're telling us, or rather this guy is telling us, that the buildup of ISIS members coming across the border haphazardly and freely is increasing the chance of an attack between New York and New Jersey, or at the very least in the tri-state area. Now, there is a side of me that, obviously I'm listening to this warning, but there's another side of me that's thinking, are they building up to something else? Right now, obviously, guys, as a prepper and a conspiracy theorist, I try to ride the middle as much as I possibly can. That being said, I look at this situation as this could very well be a situation started by ISIS, or this could very well be a situation planned and started by the government. Right? And being that there was an attack in Moscow a few months ago by this ISIS-K group, a lot of people, including the FBI director and now the Port Authority chief of security, Greg Eriot, whatever his name is, states that the possibility is extremely high and that this is an extremely serious situation. Now, clearly, guys, if you are in the New York area, you have to be Johnny on the spot with what goes down and the possible things that can happen. And you should war game every scenario, especially if you're in a city like New York, war game every scenario that can possibly happen, so that if it happens, your brain knows what to do, and it calls upon one of the scenarios you created to get out of that situation, right? So when you train for emergencies, whether you're a fireman, EMT, police officer, a surgeon, you are always thinking of situations that can possibly happen and how you would react to the situation and how you would, after that, attack the situation. As a prepper, if you're walking in the streets, a lot of us are always wargaming different things. You know, what if somebody gets attacked? Would I jump in? What if a device goes off? Am I going to run the other way? Am I going to go help? And a lot of the times, guys, you wargame these in your head, and you wargame it enough that if it happens, hopefully you respond in the original way you're thinking, right? So if a device goes off, you're going to run and help. If a situation unfolds in front of you, like an attack of some kind, somebody's beating up a woman, that you're going to run in there and stop the attacker. And a lot of the times, guys, if you wargame it enough and you come up with a plan, you're going to respond accordingly. If you wargame this enough, guys, hopefully you respond accordingly. Now, there were suspects, if you will, arrested in New York, Philly, and Los Angeles. And these guys were part of the ISIS-K group. So now that they actually have suspects being arrested, the alarms are ringing even louder for everyone and every municipality in the United States. Though the focus is on New York City, Los Angeles, Philly, and I'm going to even go on a limb and say Washington, D.C., with Christopher Wray, the FBI director, screaming this alarm. This is something that we should be ready for. Now, whether the United States government does this, right, whether it's actual ISIS, is irrelevant. What's irrelevant is how you respond to the emergency. To sit here right now, guys, and start blaming the United States government is stupid. Reaction, and your reaction, is more important on how you respond. Your survivability is going to be dependent on how you respond, and survivability of others if you choose to help. At the moment the event goes down, to sit there and go, I wonder if the United States government did this, is stupid. Get that shit out of your head. Respond to the emergency and respond to the situation. After the dust settles and you're out of the situation, you're sitting at home, then you can start sitting there and blaming whoever you want to blame. We blame the United States government a lot. And though I don't put it past them, I do think, guys, there is an element out there that is undoubtedly looking to wreak havoc on this country. As we are seeing many of them come across the border and start their bullshit in these cities, in the individual cities, like New York with the illegals and their crime wave. Los Angeles and the illegals with their crime wave. Chicago and the illegals and their crime wave. So there is an element looking to start some shit. There's an element that's looking to bring down this house, if you will, this imperial house of corruption. And yes, there is a level of corruption, but do not get it twisted. The bad guys, the ISIS dudes, or whatever organization you want to go with, are all corrupt as well. There is no such thing, guys, as a pure group of people out there. I know that there are people out there talking about how Palestinians are the chosen people and they're the original. Doesn't matter. Palestinians are just as, at least the government, is just as corrupt as any other government out there. Hamas, as corrupt as any terror organization out there. They are all corrupt. They're all about the almighty dollar and power. That's what they're for. They're not for the people. But I still see people pushing the Palestinian propaganda like I've never seen anything like it. I can't understand how the fuck I have so many liberal Facebook friends on the list that are sitting there pushing the propaganda of Palestine. Listen, there's also propaganda of Israel. I don't want to get into that right now in this video, but we will in a later video on the Angry Truth channel. But guys, how you respond to whatever attack unfolds is going to dictate what happens next to you and the people around you. That's all that matters. Well, again, whether this thing actually happens, whether this extremely serious situation pops off, is irrelevant. How you respond is more important. Because undoubtedly, guys, something's going to happen. Something somewhere in somebody's city is going to ignite, and it's going to be ugly. But how you respond is all that matters, because your survivability matters and nothing else. Anyway, guys, this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching the Angry Prepper channel.